Now their second World Series win. We know the fans are going crazy down outside Minute Maid Park. That's where Sherman Chow is. Sherman.
Are fans as well, guys.
Sherman, that's right. And Sherman had mentioned earlier in our earlier report that people had already started coming to the ballpark. They anticipated this win tonight. The entire city just waiting for it to happen, waiting for the Astros to close it out. And really, the party's just getting started. You think it's wild now?
Yeah.
More fans are going to head out to that ballpark, and more fans are going to spill out of Minute Maid Park to celebrate.
All right, and Cheryl Mercedes is at Academy, where folks lined up earlier in anticipation, and lo and behold, they got something to buy. Cheryl.
Oh, they've got lots of stuff to buy, Len and Mia. It's all being stacked up right now on the shelves. You're looking at the official championship T-shirts and gear at Academy that's being offered for the long line of fans that have been standing out here. First customer, 6:30, got a food order and has been watching the game on the laptop. You can see the different colors of T-shirts they have, as well as hats, the locker room shirts, which I'm told is really popular, and the locker room hats. I'm told those will go fast. Now, there are lots of boxes here, and I'm told they're going to be here until the last customer is gone. Now, they tell me they have a lot of merchandise, and there's also some more on order. So if you're thinking, hey, I didn't get anything tonight, but I want to make sure I load up on Christmas gifts and get those stocking stuffers, they say they've got tons of it coming. Now, when we come back out to you, we are going to show you the long line of customers outside. As it got closer to 10 o'clock, it started wrapping around the building, and you can hear the cheering, people blowing the horns, and just getting excited for this huge win. So they're about to let the customers inside the store here in a few minutes, I'm told. So when you come back to us, hopefully we can get some reaction from them on how they feel about being in this line. And they told me, don't use the word if, Cheryl, it's when. We are going in tonight, we are going to win, and guess what? They were right. Back to you guys.
Fantastic show, Mercedes at Academy. Thank you. What's the hashtag? We've been saying level up. And so happy for Dusty Baker. Half a century in the game. His first World Series as a manager. Congratulations to him and the entire team.
Yes, do it for Dusty. That has been the motto here in the postseason by the players and by the fans. Let's check in with Maria Aguilera. She is live at Carbach Brewery. We checked in with her just moments ago. Much different scene now with us being the champions, Maria.
Yeah, people are ecstatic here. They are so excited. These two were front row here at Carbach Brewing, and their eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. Tell me, how did you feel when the Astros won the World Series tonight?
Being from Houston, this just means the most. 2017, Everybody was doubting. For us to come back, win it for Dusty is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Did you know that they were going to win it tonight? Were you confident about this?
He called it, yes, absolutely. We were like, we're gonna take it home. We had all the momentum. Absolutely, we knew we were gonna take it home.
How are you feeling to be celebrating with all these people here tonight?
The energy here is amazing. It's great.
What do you love about Houston, and why do you think everybody is just so happy about this win?
Everybody always comes together. There's just it's one big community. Everybody always loves each other and comes together. It's great.
How do you celebrate now after this? What is coming up after this, and how are you going to celebrate? Are you even going to get any sleep tonight?
We don't know about that. We're gonna get some beers.
Some beers, right? We're at a brewery, okay? So people are just celebrating. Everybody is just embracing each other, hugging, celebrating, shouting, screaming. I mean, you can imagine there's so much excitement all over Houston, and the excitement here is the same as well. Guys, back to you.
Cheers to the Astros. Perfect place to celebrate there. Remember, please celebrate safely, everyone. We know it's an exciting time. Everyone excited to see and hear more of those Astros after clutching their second World Series win. I know our fellas, our sports team, have plenty to talk about now.
Yes, they do. Jason Bristol, Jeremy Booth. Guys, I think you both predicted in 6 they got it done.
Yes, we did predict Astros in 6, and when it comes to this game, Jeremy Booth, our former Major League scout, accurately predicted what was going to happen when the Phillies removed Zach Wheeler. Of course, that coming in the 6th inning, and Jeremy, Yordan Alvarez comes up, and Yordan goes boom. Why? Why did you feel that things were going to go awry for Philadelphia?
You've got Zach Wheeler 96 to 99. These guys can't get near him. He gives up a broken bat to Altuve that's a fielder's choice, and then Pena gets a CNI single up the middle. And he's just had that kind of series, right? He's been luck, he's been home runs, he's been hard contact. This is a CNI single, takes a hop over the shortstop's glove, and they go get Wheeler right away. That's a problem. You go get a reliever in that situation who actually, you pointed out when we were sitting there, is worse against left-hand hitters and right-handers, right? Alvarez does what he does, and that's ball game. So once we hit a bat, it's over.
And we've seen that a lot in World Series history. A starting pitcher, yes, there's a little traffic, but these managers, they use the analytics, the numbers say third time a pitcher sees a hitter, it doesn't usually go well for the pitcher, but you've got to take it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, you look at the Astros, the 2022 version versus the 2019 version. 2019 version Astros were better than the Nationals. They just really were, but it came down to using the one guy over and over and over again in the same situation. The Astros won the series. This time around, while there was some concerns about managing the rotation and managing some of the bullpen, they got to Game 6 exactly the way they wanted, up 3-2, 2 shots to go at home. Framber Valdez gives you 6 innings. You have the relievers come out throwing fire, one after the other, ball game. And the reason why that happens is because Dusty Baker managed with feel instead of just by a spreadsheet.
Framber Valdez, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. He gave up the homer to Kyle Schwarber, 9 strikeouts. He was certainly piling up the strikeouts, but he lived dangerously in those first couple of innings, and I think that since the Phillies did not get to him then, that's when he was able to start to get into a comfort zone, and that was not good for the Phillies.
Yeah, big league pitchers will give you an opportunity. It doesn't matter when it's coming. At some point, you're going to get an opportunity to produce runs and knock them out of the game. And when you're in a World Series and Framber Valdez, or whoever's facing you, especially somebody as good as Framber Valdez, doesn't have his best stuff or his feel, you can't miss those opportunities. The Phillies did. Wheeler did have his best stuff. On the other side, it kept it knotted up. Next thing you know, 1-0, and then bottom of the inning, here come the Astros.
Jeremy, having grown up in Southern California, you've been around this game since you were a little tyke.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Dusty Baker finally getting that first World Series championship?
When somebody's in the game this long, and they've done this good a job with multiple teams, multiple organizations in the postseason, and getting the World Series to finally get that ring, to finally get that championship, it's a heartwarming moment for him, for the people around him, for the entire game. And the best part about this one for me is that with all this organization's gone through, some of it earned, a lot of it not, to have Dusty Baker do that as a Houston Astro, to cement I'll just say it, a dynasty here a little bit of 4 World Series and multiple postseasons, and to carry that forward with the window being open differently than it was the first time around, man, it's a good feeling for everybody.
We can call this a dynasty now. We can call it a dynasty.
Now you can. Yeah, you know, the Atlanta Braves in the 90s, 4 World Series and won 1. The New York Yankees, you know, they had a run in the late 90s as well, right, where they got 4 rings or 3 rings, another one in 2009. You turn around now and you look at the best organization in baseball that started back in 2008 with the hiring of Ed Wade and Bobby Heck, and built that foundation of drafting and internal developing, turned it over to Jeff Luhnow 5 years later. Regardless of how that ended, they did an excellent job on waivers and trades and acquisitions and free agency, and clearly in the Latin America market, because that's kind of where this team has evolved. It's not so much the guys they've drafted now, it's the Latin American guys and the guys that have been acquired that started with that internal foundation. City of Houston should be very proud of this organization, because this is a team that has a chance to be good. If you go back to 2015 when they started to get good, and really when the window really started to open, it's got a chance to be good about 15 years. That's a long time. You don't see that very often, and I know the city's had a long time coming.
All right, so that's our baseball analysis. As you can hear around us, fans celebrating. We're going to go back into the ballpark to get some player reaction and more analysis. But for right now, that's the story outside Minute Maid. For Jeremy Booth, Jason Bristol, let's send it back to you.
We're celebrating that you gentlemen have officially declared the Astros a dynasty. We've been waiting to hear that, and the city's so excited about the Astros clutching that second championship, ready to celebrate not just tonight, but we have a parade to look forward to as well. We've learned from Mayor Turner's office in the city of Houston they plan to release details tomorrow at 2 p.m. with the news conference. Of course, we'll bring you all of that information.
All right, let's go to Sherman Chow now, back with the fans outside the stadium. Sherman!
Ourselves a little beer shower. I'm trying to dab off. As you have seen, the official ceremony and celebrations are going on inside. The unofficial one is outside here. The fans who have come from the homes from parties because they want to be a part of it. What do you have to say? Choose the one.
We got to get this shit the same way we have it. We got to keep the same. We got to keep the same.
Tell me, Framber pitched tonight. What do you have to say to Framber Valdez, who pitched tonight?
Again, baby. Hey, let's go. Hey, baby, let's go. Opinion for the MVP, baby. Opinion the MVP.
This is a crowd that has poured into downtown Houston. They have packed Texas Avenue outside of Minute Maid Park because they want to be a part of this World Series when the energy, the cheering, the screaming has all been electric tonight. We have waited since 2017 to bring that championship trophy back to this city, to put a ring on it, and they have done it tonight. Along with the beer showers out here, I am telling you, these crowds are thrilled, as are all Houston Astros fans.
The people are stacked deep there outside Minute Maid Park. Thank you, Sherman. We'll pick it up from here. Yeah, the fans stacked deep there outside Minute Maid Park, pouring out of the park, most likely, or they're waiting to see that trophy ceremony.
Yes.
Much more to come tonight.
Absolutely. Sherman, that is worth the beer shower you are getting with all the excitement. Zach Tawatari also there in his Astros jersey. Zach, next. Go ahead.
Be more excited that the Astros are world champions. What does it feel like, Michael? It feels like it looks. You cannot say it much better than that. It feels like it looks. These fans were counting down the outs outside of the team store, waiting for the Astros to become World Series champions, and now they are, and these fan bases just going crazy. Let me hear it.
Exciting news to share. The good news just keeps coming right now at this hour. Not only do we have our World Series win tonight, but Jeremy Pena has been named MVP, rightfully so. This young man, a rookie, making moves unheard of that we've seen in such a long time. So deserving of it. We witnessed him right there on the field tonight, making it happen
So
again.
impressive. He replaced Carlos Correa, who was a stud, and we didn't know what we had. Well, we know now. That's a
certainly
bad
did.
boy. All right, let's go to Brandy Smith talking about what is lighting up on social media, Brandy.
Well, social media is melting down right now on both sides, from the Astros fan base to the Phillies fan base. But the Astros were ready with this graphic. Your 2022 World Series champions, the Houston Astros, right there. The Astros winning the World Series, Dusty finally getting his ring. We're seeing a lot of comments about that, and that the chant from the Astros players and staff surrounding the champ in the dugout was Dusty, Dusty. Now, you mentioned a minute ago about Jeremy Pena winning the MVP. That is what fans called for all night long, that if Houston wins, he should be the MVP. And this is just one stat from tonight. The list of rookies to record a hit in 6 straight games in any World Series in history, Jeremy Pena. End of list. Shea Serrano, a writer from San Antonio, writing, from Jeremy Pena to playoff pressure, subject LOL. He didn't seem to handle the series like a rookie. He went in with so much confidence, and that's why he is the MVP. Will says, very hard to root against Jeremy Pena. Dude is going to be a monster for years. Guys, we can only hope.
Only hope you're right about that, Brandy. This is so amazing, so exciting. We were at Game 7 in LA 2017 when we won that game. Of course, we took a lot of heat. Of course, the cheating scandal. They talked about that even this year.
This series has been the redemption series.
This is a redemption series. No more talk about it. We are moving on. We are champs again.
Squashing that. I didn't want to hear it when we were talking about it all this entire series. Either glad it is done, it is over with. We are putting it to bed. Hey, fans, leaving home, leaving work, and where are they headed? Out to shop. Live at Academy is our Cheryl Mercedes with a look at folks grabbing their World Championship Series winner gear.
Hey, Mia, Len, it is absolutely a party here at Academy on Kirby at 59. Yes, they are grabbing their gear, and I have with me now Nick Vega, who has been in line since 6:30 this evening. First person, dedicated fan, right? Did you get everything you came for?
Yes, ma'am, we did. I got a couple shirts from my family, and obviously brand new hats. We gotta get the hats.
Serious fan here. This is your previous hat, and you've got it embroidered, right?
I got my son. My son has a matching. He's 1 year old.
Okay, so what was the strategy? What was the thought behind getting here at 6:30 and just watching this game on your laptop?
Well, definitely wanted to be the first ones out here. As people started watching the game more, and they've seen that the Astros were winning, more and more started trickling in. But, win or lose, I was going to be out here. I was planning to be out here tomorrow if need be. So.
Yeah, well, this isn't your first time. Not your first rodeo, as they say around these parts, correct?
Yeah, I came back out here in 2018. Trying to get them back-to-back, but obviously it didn't go our way. But now, we had to wait a couple of years, but now we're back. The haters can't say nothing anymore.
All right. Thank you so much. Nick Vega, thank you so much for your interview and your patience today. Lots of folks, as you can see, are in line here trying to get their merchandise. And look, there is a lot of items to go around. Lots of variety here. There are boxes in the back, and I'm told once the tables are clear, they're going to bring those back out here, and they will be here until the last customer leaves. That includes early in the morning. They even got the coffee on the pot in the back. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Exciting times, of course, here in Houston for the fans. And as you said, they've got a lot of shopping to do. Easy Christmas gifts this year. Len, Mia?
You know how that works. Suddenly you get a phone call from the family, and they're like, look, I need a shirt for my sister, my brother, my mother, my cousin. Just buy as many as you can. If you're one of the folks there in the store or headed there, buy as many as you can.
Here's the list of sizes. All right, Maria Aguilera is at Carbach Brewery. She's been there all afternoon into the evening. Fans excited, I am sure, Maria.
Hi, People are so excited, like I said. I mean, there's just so much excitement here. Some people are clearing out, but they said that the party is not over yet. The night is young. People are going to be celebrating all night long. People of all ages are excited about this win. Talk to me about why you're so excited about the Houston Astros winning the World Series tonight.
Well, it was so amazing because we haven't gotten a win since 2017. Now that we got one, it was really exciting and everything. So we got to get excited for everything, you know? It was like, we know it was going to get win, you know? We know we were going to win.
Who did you come to celebrate here tonight?
Alvarez and Peña.
Why Alvarez and Peña?
I like how they play a lot. I like Alvarez a lot ever since he started playing. I like how he played a lot. He did a lot of home runs and everything, and I love him for it.
Talk to me about the energy tonight. There's so many people, so much excitement.
So much excitement since ever since Tucker catch the ball, screaming, jumping, everything. It's just joyful and everything.
Were you nervous at any point tonight?
Yes.
What part?
Whenever they did the home run and they were getting us out and we weren't getting them out, it was like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then when Tucker was getting near the ball, is he gonna catch it? Is he gonna catch it? And then he did catch it.
At what point did you know that the World Series was the Astros tonight?
Whenever Alvarez hit that home run with the 3 home runs.
Is that the most exciting part of the night? Was that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Like I said, people so excited. I mean, everyone's cheering. Everyone's having a great time. Like I said, the night is young for people here. Some of them are leaving, but they're going to continue partying wherever they go. So back to you guys.
Yeah, we know you're at a brewery. Keep the beer on tap. People are going to want to keep the party going tonight. Be safe out there, everyone, for sure. You know, we talk about the Astros and those big moments, big plays that were made. Yordan Alvarez. I mean, talk about who's your daddy tonight, right? With that 3-run homer. That solidified it for the team.
It did. Now, me and I were at the game until the bottom of the 4th. It was a pitcher's duel. Alvarez has been struggling. He's had big hits throughout the playoffs, but then he went silent for a while, and then he came up big at the right moment. And I want to point something out. The Phillies, you know, they came in hot. They've been the comeback kings out of the National League. How are they going to do? They torched us in one game, and after that, we got 3 straight from them. I love this team.
And we had the momentum shift, the momentum change. And I have to tell you, at the ballpark tonight, in those first 4 innings when we were there, slow go, right?
Yes.
Stressful as always. Lynn, super focused, super zoned in at moments. He was kind of quiet. I was kind of concerned at that time. But, you know, it was our time, and we especially knew it was time for some of our players to have those big moments like Yordan Alvarez. Jose Altuve, of course, we hoped for him to have one of those big moments as well, too. But you know what? There are so many players on this team who haven't had their time that are due. Jose had it with the championship in 2017. It's great. He's a part of this team. We still love him. But you have other players showing up, making things happen. Framber Valdez, they're on the mound, making things happen as well. Yordan Alvarez, and of course, the MVP declared tonight, Jeremy Pena.
Unbelievable. He is beloved. He's 22, baby-faced rookie who turned out to have ice in his veins. We're still waiting as we watch the fans who are downtown flashing the Jeremy Pena sign that he sends to his mother every time he gets a hit. We are still waiting to hear from our sports team inside the stadium. Of course, they're going to be talking to the players, to Dusty Baker, to talk about this incredible season, an incredible series. What a run they have had.
It's been an amazing run, and that run very much focused on not getting it so much for the team or the fans, but for Dusty Baker. All these years in the league without this ring, without this title, and now he has it. But hey, Dusty, it doesn't mean you can go anywhere, right?
No.
You get it? You're locked in. You are committed to Houston, and this team has admired him. They have followed him, and they have followed him all the way to a World Series championship.
They hired him to come in and right the ship after all the cheating scandal controversy because he had such history and he had so much experience. He came in, he was a calming factor. He did that. They got good players. They traded for good players. The pitching was young. They got better. Valdez was sterling this year. He wasn't this pitcher last year. He was up and down. This year he was lights out. It is incredible, and they have a bright future ahead of them even after winning this season.
They do. You know, we have our 2017 Astros. We have a few of those players, a handful
Still
that
here.
are on this team that made it happen tonight, made it happen in this series. So we have a lot to look forward to, but let's live in the now, in this moment. That includes shopping, as you're looking at there on your screen. Academy stores opening with the World Series Championship gear available to customers to buy. We've been out there lined up with folks. I know Cheryl Mercedes is there live. She talked about people being there as early as 6:30 this evening. You have to think that was even before game time, even before first pitch started.
Yeah, this is the 3-run shot, straight dead center, more than 400 feet for Yordan Alvarez, who had been really quiet, and he just unloaded. 4 runs, that because after Schwarber hit the solo shot in the inning before, it was like, okay, that's only 1 run, that's okay.
We got to get on the board,
We got to get on the board, and they came right back, and they just lit these guys up. Alvarez, 1 swing, even though he had struggled, didn't matter. He dialed in when he needed to and carried this team to another victory. So amazing.
It is, and you could see the energy even shift there with the Phillies, right? I think even in that moment, they had to know, right, that we are in their house. We're in the Astros house. This is game 6. It really was the Astros game to lose, right? I mean, they going in, we knew that they were most likely going to do what they did tonight, and those Phillies, sorry, they couldn't keep up. And I know they've been an exceptional team to play, right?
Surprising.
But the Astros, a better team.
Yeah, hats off to the Phillies, by the way, because they came in to the playoffs with the worst record among all the teams. They were a wild card. Nobody expected this. Hats off to the organization. They were comeback kings, but it turned out the Astros were the kings of the comeback by sweeping him in 3 straight games after getting blown out in a game in Philadelphia. So happy to see this. Cheryl Mercedes, back to you at Academy, where folks are snatching up the goods. Cheryl.
Hey, they are, and I'm just grateful that they're stepping out of line from getting their merch to do an interview with me. Here is Leo Alvarez, and you were extremely loud out there. What were you shouting as you were winning?
So, just to put it in perspective, it was very exciting outside. So, I just came up with this, and it's hip, hip, Jorge! Hip, hip, Jose! Hip, hip, Jose! Hip, hip, Jose! Something like that.
Hey, that's really good. Look, you've got the Space City jersey. What more could you want tonight?
You know, it's like, you come from this area, it's like, how is this possible? You know, you've been to the ALCS 6 times in a row. You've been to the World Series 3 out of the last 6 years. I mean, what else can you expect? I mean, it's something that the Yankees have never done. It's just something that is resonating here in H-Town, and just so happy to see it.
So tell me, what is it that you're going to purchase? Because you've got a lot of merchandise over here.
So lots of shirts, hats. I'm actually in line. I've already got all my stuff, but you know, hopefully.
Are people calling you? I noticed the first gentleman. His friend saw him on KHOU, and he had to come back through the line.
So the whole family's actually saying, "Give me your shirt. Give me an extra large. Give me this. Give me that." So it's really exciting to see it. You see it all over the place. But you know, go Astros! Go Astros! Go Astros!
All right, I think you're winding down a little bit. Hey, if they need a cheerleader here, Leo Alvarez is your guy. There are tons of folks still coming in and out of the store. Again, some people are leaving and we're seeing them return, probably because they're seeing them on television and their friends are saying, hey, grab this, grab that. The good news is there's lots to go around here, folks. Back to you.
Hey, Cheryl, can you take us on a tour? Can we see some of those shirts, some of that gear? Can somebody share their shopping bag with us?
Yes, indeed. Yes, we did.
All right, let's see what they have.
Okay.
We're doing a little shopping here,
let
too.
Let me show you here. Okay, so this is the big reveal. This is the big reveal we saw. This is the first one they pulled out, the gray. This Heather Gray World Series Champions shirts. Yes, sir. And they have them in navy blue and they have them in orange. But they also have the beanies and the hats, which are on the other side. We don't want to trample anyone. I've got a light behind me here. But this gentleman's got an order here. You said you need a beanie. What else do you need?
Man, I need everything.
Hey, look, be my fashion model. Show me what you have here. Look at all of this. Show us.
I got original locker room.
The original locker room shirt. I hear that's the hot ticket. That and the hat.
Yes, it is. And I got one for my dad, one for my family members, one for my girlfriend's family members. We're stocking up right now.
You've got one for the girlfriend's family members too.
Yes,
All right. And what about this? Let's see this one.
Yeah, we got trucker hat. Oh, sorry about that.
I've got it.
Man, I feel so good right now. Shout out to the Astros.
Okay, yeah, you can't buy enough, huh?
Yeah, no.
All right, let's go over here really quickly because I want to show you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Look at this. This is a personal favorite here. I've got to have that for my cold running days. Definitely need that. Look, Part 2, she's a runner too. Astros! Wait, you're leaving without the beanie.
Oh, I know, I need it. Thank you.
Much respect for that. She understands the cold weather. She needs her beanie. Yeah, so that's your merchandise. But hey, there's some stuff out here that is in the box that has not been removed yet. I'm told there are some lanyards. There are some keychains. So there's a lot of merchandise that still has not been put out on the table, folks. So I guess they're saying keep coming back and checking in because they are expecting a lot of Christmas stocking stuffers, including Astros World Champion Christmas stockings. So you don't want to miss out on that. What do you have here, sir? Is that the locker room hat?
That's the locker room hat.
You know now.
Now I know now.
Yes, okay. So what else do you have?
I have a couple of the shirts I'm looking for my wife.
Okay.
Gray one.
Oh, that's a good one.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, yeah.
And then the blue one.
He's got blue one.
All right, the folks back at KHOU are wanting the merchandise as well. It's fabulous stuff. You're excited?
Absolutely. Good
All right,
stuff.
all right. So we've given you the tour. Whew, I'm burning up now. I'm going to have to get outside and get some fresh air. But man, these folks are excited and they are thriving on this win and lots of smiles around here. Lots of happy folks in Houston. Well, unless you're a Phillies fan, but we won't go there. Back to you guys.
Oh, Cheryl, thank you for taking us on a tour. Nice swag there. I can imagine people all over the city running to Academy, picking stuff up. And also, the Astros team store at the ballpark is going to be swamped. If not open tonight, then definitely tomorrow. Ooh, nice,
Especially
very nice.
ahead of the parade, because people are going to want their championship gear to wear to the parade. We're going to hear more information, more details about the parade, when it will be, what the route will look like. That's coming up tomorrow. We'll hear from Mayor Sylvester Turner and the City of Houston office. They're going to have all the details for us at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The party and the celebration continues tonight in Houston, including at Carbach Brewery, where our Maria Aguilera is posted up. Hey, Maria.
Hey, yeah, people are starting to leave right now, but I can assure you that they say the party is not over yet. There are still some crowds here, still high off of that World Series win. They are so excited. Everyone tells me that they were ready for this win after 2017. As you can see here, they are so excited. People are not going to bed anytime soon, let me tell you that. But like I said, there were hundreds of people here earlier. Slowly they started leaving, but they all tell me that the party is going to continue at their houses or somewhere else. So the party is not over. People are going to be celebrating this win all weekend long. And we're going to stay right here with some of these fans, talking to them, getting some more of their reaction. But for now, guys, I'm going to toss it back to you.
Yeah, they got to save some of their energy for the celebrations that will continue, right? We've got the parade and everything. So head home, turn on the TV, because we're going to have it right here to enjoy tonight. We got a lot ahead of us. You know, we want to see and hear from the players. We also want to see that trophy presented to them too.
Yeah, we were downtown earlier across the street from Minute Maid Park doing a live shot. Absolutely gorgeous weather. We said then it's a perfect night, we said to Pat Kavlin, for a celebration, and the celebration continuing right now at the ballpark. Our Zach Taratari is there. Zach.
All right, guys, we're on the corner of Texas and Crawford. It is a sea of Astros fans out here. They're not going to let me get a word in. All right. You hear from them. You hear from them. These fans have been getting up for the Astros all postseason long. They are absolutely ecstatic to see us.
Hey, they wanted us. They could have us. Houston and 6, baby. Let's go. You wanted Houston. You got Houston. Let's go.
All right, so you guys heard it here from all these fans at Texas and Crawford. They are very excited outside of the team shop, as you might imagine. We're going to send it back to you for now. We'll be back here with updates.
I tell you what, maybe some of those people will file into the store there at Minute Maid Park. We've learned that the Astros team store will be open 24 hours.
That answers that question.
Yeah, they got a lot of demand from people coming, so they are ready to fulfill your wishes with all your Astros gear. We got a sneak peek of some of it at Academy. You know, at the team store, they're going to have a total assortment to celebrate what is an epic Astros win.
It has been fantastic. And we're already learning that there's going to be the moment the Astros win. Is this it right here? No, that's when they got a hit,
yes,
I believe.
We're setting it up. We're getting there.
Yeah, so it was all quiet until the 6th inning, and then we got on, and this is the third out, I believe, this is it.
Yes.
This is the last out of the game. Is that Tucker out there? Yes, and right seals the deal, makes the catch on a foul ball. Much relief, much congratulations for the team. Look at Alvarez.
Oh, boy.
He's lumbering in from left field. That's a big man running there.
They're all loving it. They're all celebrating it. Tucker, the hugs, the love. This team, they love each other, and they talk about that.
Yeah.
They work really hard. They play really hard. But at the same time, they're really supportive of one another. And you can tell, right? It takes that to get to this point, and it all starts from the top, the leadership at the top, of course, talking about Dusty Baker finally with his championship series win. Can't wait to see his hands on that trophy.
Yeah, I watch Dusty. I've watched him a long time, and I see him now with that toothpick in his mouth. I just want to say, and the gloves on, right? It reminds me of saying, "Pops, hey Pops, what's happening?" I'm so happy for him. It is thrilling, the career he's had both as a player and as a manager, and to finally, he's gotten a World Series as a player. He's gotten close as a manager, but this was really a crowning achievement for his managerial career.
And he's had so much to manage, right? I mean, he's had aces and pros like Justin Verlander. He's had to manage around injuries with some of those key star players as well, too. And he has been able to manage and make it happen and bring us to this point. We are thrilled and we are excited about our Astros having another World Series win. Brandy's been following all the excitement online. We know we've seen plenty of people leaving their comments on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, TikToking about it, I'm sure, too, as well. There's so much to be said here about this team, about the different players tonight, about the moment that the game changed as well. There's so much to follow.
We're going to go to, we ready? Okay, Brandy, you're ready. Brandy's ready. She's been talking about what's happening on social media. There you go, girlfriend.
Put me in, coach. Yeah. I'm just grabbing whatever I am seeing out there because it is just a non-stop feed. Twitter updating, Instagram updating, Facebook updating, fans going crazy. As much energy as you're seeing out there in our live shots around Minute Maid Park, that's all pouring into social media too. I did love this. The bar just queued up Still Tippin' as the Astros won. A little Mike Jones shout out. You feel this person as they're typing, Houston is the greatest city in the entire universe. Like, there really isn't an argument against us. The Astros are a dynasty. That was confirmed by Jeremy Booth earlier. And the best team in baseball after their second World Series. Can't argue with that at all. The Astros tweeted this moment, raising up the trophy. You love to see it, right? I do want to include this little message from a pastor who said, "Dear Astros fans, if you made any deals with God about the game tonight, worship services begin at 9:30 and 11 in the morning." Just, something to keep in mind. This is something else I have seen a whole lot of. We heard it in the ALDS, after the ALCS. We want Houston. Didn't age well. Phillies lost as soon as their fans started chanting it. You want Houston? Y'all got Houston. And then I'm just going to back away and share this moment that I saw on Twitter. You can feel that they're not breathing, right? And there it is. The moment when the Astros won the 2022 World Series. Guys, I'm going to get back over there to the computer, find some more reaction, but for now I'll send it back to you.
I know you got mining gold over there because folks are losing their minds.
Yes.
So happy for the champions.
No sound needed because we can read and we know what every single one of those emotions feel
For a
like.
minute,
We all were making these faces
I didn't know
early
if they were
on in
going
the
to jump
game.
up and down or both fall back and faint. I just didn't know. Thanks, Brandy.
Okay, so much to look forward to now that the Astros are World Series champions. There is a party that's going on tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. It's going to happen down at Minute Maid Park at Union Station. This is open to everyone. The party will include photo opportunities, a DJ, food trucks, Nam Me and Coffee KHOU, just to name a few, a caricature artist, balloon artist, face painter, and more. It's going to be a good time and a celebration for everyone, for all of those fans. I'm sure this is a big thank you from our Houston Astros as we now get to celebrate as a city as World Series champions.
11 a.m. might be a little early for some folks because they're going to be up very late with the partying. All right, championship trophy. This is the ceremony you see right there on the other side of your screen where the team gets their second World Series championship trophy. I remember the first one they got when it was taken around the city. Remember that? It went on tour.
Yes. We got to touch it, be up close to it. It is officially the Commissioner's Trophy from Major League Baseball. It is a good-looking trophy. Lots of hands on it tonight. Every Stro rightfully deserves their turn, their photo op, their time with that trophy.
It's really something special. And who do we have sound with? I'm sorry, talk to me again. All right, so we're going to go to, this is Jose Altuve talking about his teammate Yordan Alvarez and the big home run that put him up. Here we go.
Jose, you were on third base when Yordan hit that three-run homer. What did you think when you saw that ball travel 450 feet?
You know, obviously I knew as soon as he hit that one, it was a big, big fly. First time I see that in this ballpark. But, you know, I just was happy because I know how good our guys are in the bullpen. And, you know, by that time, I thought 3-1 would be a good lead for us to give us a chance to win the game. But then Christian came out behind him and get the big, the fourth run. And, you know, like I said, we're just happy we won.
Really something special. Did you hear what Jose Altuve said? Now, he's a veteran on this ball club. He said he's never seen a home run go that far in that ballpark. That is saying something.
It certainly is because he's witnessed and experienced a lot, having been to so many World Series games, right? So that speaks volumes. And what we saw there just a second ago, a little bit of celebrating, and this is the end of the game. Tucker with the catch, talking about clutch, on the money, end of the game. Astros win it. Zach Talatari is outside Minute Maid Park with fans who continue to celebrate tonight. Just look how they're embracing Dusty, right? Will he survive tonight? All the love that this city, that this team has for Dusty Baker. Let's kick it on over to Zach Talatari with those fans. Zach.
Well, I almost heard you guys, and then all the fans started swarming around here again. We just walked a little more towards home plate from Texas and Crawford. The fans, again, they just keep coming out of Minute Maid Park, keep flowing out of the juice box.
Hey,
they have not stopped celebrating since even before the final out, counting out outside the team's store here. These fans are loving it. Another ring.
That's how we do
another ring, right?
Oh, yes, another win, baby, another win. Hey, and we're going to keep coming to the World Series every single time, baby.
Okay. So another ring for the Houston Astros that's going to be coming. These fans continue to swarm here at Texas and Crawford. We'll send it back to you guys.
Are getting in on the shower and the celebration at Minute Maid Ballpark where the Astros win their second World Series championship. Earlier we saw, and Mia, you were talking over it, when Dusty Baker was just being swarmed after the victory. He didn't move. He just was taking it all in. I can't wait to hear from him. He always gives great interviews.
He does.
He's just so frank and direct and sort of fatherly. I can't wait to hear from him.
You know what? He's been there, done that, everything but winning the World Series. So I think he knew this was the team, this was the time, so it is extra special for him. And speaking of extra special, how fun the folks out there flooding the streets for what is now turned into a street party. Plenty of bottles being popped around the city tonight. Street side, definitely inside the ballpark with the players celebrating on the field as well too. Another one of the clutch players that we need to talk about tonight, the man who throws fire, I call it. Talking about Framber Valdez on the mound tonight. He went the distance there for sure with the innings tonight that we needed him to.
Yeah, he got into the sixth. He was dealing. He made one mistake to Kyle Schwarber, who hit that home run off of him. That's the only run that the Astros gave up. You can make one mistake. We'll allow you that. But he was wheeling and dealing. He was in a battle with Zach Wheeler, who was also playing very well until the Astros got to him, and they answered back to Schwarber's solo shot with a 4-run blast by Yordan Alvarez.
I think Jason and Jeremy said it best earlier. At first, Framber was living a little bit dangerously.
He was.
Right? Exactly. And then the tide turned. All right, Lynn has been talking about wanting to hear from Dusty Baker. We know you want to hear from him, too. Here he is, Dusty Baker.
Hey, man, I'm so happy. I was just thinking about my mom who passed in January, and my dad, and Hank Aaron last year, and all the guys that helped mold and make me the man that I am. And I'm so happy that actually it took this long, because I would have been gone a long time ago. And then then you affect the players' lives and their families, and that's what it's all about.
Oh, that's really special. Dusty Baker talking about losing his mom, and he was around when Hank Aaron hit that home run to break the home run record. He's just been doing it a very long time. He's gained a lot of respect over the years. We are so pleased and so happy that he's our manager.
He wasn't just due this title, he was overdue this title. So good to see him celebrate tonight and everyone celebrating him in the Astros.
Mia, you said something, you should make a t-shirt of. This time, this team.
Yes. Absolutely.
Boom. There you go.
Spoken from yours truly. All right, plenty of folks, they want their hands on those Astros gear. Cheryl Mercedes has been giving us a look at what's available, where the doors are open at Academy tonight and the people are flooding in, Cheryl.
Hey guys, I went outside just to give you all a look at the line. It extends around the entire
No, it's way back there.
Oh, so you came up here to talk to us?
Yes, I did.
What are you hunting for tonight?
T-shirts, hats, anything Astros.
Do you think there'll be anything left when you get inside? Let's go!
Please,
Let's
please.
go! Oh, I'll give you some good news. There's still 4 boxes that haven't even been opened yet. How are you?
Yeah!
Okay, your name?
Terry.
Terry what?
Moore.
All right, Terry Moore, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, good luck. You better get your spot in line. I don't know if you have friends.
Yes, ma'am.
These fans out here, I'm telling you, this is the front corner of the store. It is until tomorrow morning, and until that last box is opened and they sell the last piece of merchandise, and then more's on the way, guys. We'll keep you posted.
All right, I tell you, it's turned into a parking lot party out there, outside Academy, where Cheryl is tonight. People clamoring to get their hands on Astros championship gear. Be careful out there.
It is phenomenal. Oh, I see you and I feel you out there at Academy off the Southwest Freeway. All right, let's go to the moment when the tide changed. This is it. Yordan Alvarez, not in a slump anymore. Hello and goodbye. Dead center, way out the ballpark. That made it 4-1, and then you knew that this bullpen was going to shut it down, and that's exactly what they did.
Air Yordan doing what he does, and now here he is on his own play.
Yeah, I think every single time I went up there a little bit anxious. Obviously, we know he has a great sinker. This time what I did, I just tried to stay a little bit calm, select a good pitch to swing at, and that's what I did.
Going around the bases. What was the feeling like?
Dando la vuelta a la base, ¿qué se sentía?
Increíble. Una vez que pisé la segunda base, pensé que el estadio se estaba moviendo y creo que era la emoción de la gente.
Yeah, amazing. When I was running second base, I felt the whole stadium moving. I think it was just all the fans.
Your parents were here tonight. How much does it mean to you, Jordan, that they were able to see this?
Tus padres estaban aquí hoy. ¿Qué tanto significa para ti que ellos pudieron ver esto?
No, mucho, mucho. Obviamente no estaba teniendo una buena serie mundial y la fe que ellos siempre me brindaron, que confiara, tuviera confianza, las cosas iban a salir bien y salieron.
Yeah, great. Obviously, I wasn't having a great series, but they always put all their faith in me, and thankfully, we were able to do this.
He came out of the slump just in time and at the right time. We love it. Yordan Alvarez, he's young. He just signed a big contract this year and well worth the pay because he has really come through clutch.
Yeah, the Astros definitely getting their return on investment with Yordan Alvarez. And, you know, it's so interesting what he said. He could feel like the whole ballpark, right? Jumping and moving. That was just Lynn Cannon he was feeling. No, I'm teasing. But everyone's celebrating as we continue to take live video and live pictures of people out on the streets in Houston is celebrating as well. And then to the right-hand side, we're also seeing those live pictures from outside Academy where they are selling World Series gear.
All right, Zach Tawatari is live at the ballpark. Go ahead, Zach.
Guys, we're right outside of home plate here on Texas, and you can see these fans continue to pour out of the juice box. Everybody could not be more excited. They could not be more excited to see their team win a world championship. It has been pandemonium out here. I can't even tell you. I mean, the amount of people flooding this street is just incredible. The amount of people that continue to get up and get in front of the camera every time we turn the light on is unbelievable. And these fans have pointed to a number of things that have made this team so special. They told me the team seems like family. They talked about the diversity of this team, and you can see these fans just over the moon to be able to see the Astros win a championship. So we're still here on Texas. You're going to see us out here, and so we'll send it back to you for right now.
Zach Tawatari, thank you. Zach, new to the city, getting a feel for World Series fever. Hey, and this is still a relatively young team, and they're going to have everybody back. I'm not going to talk about the future. I'm just telling you this team is intact. Thank you, Zach.
We're getting used to it.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
It is okay. All right, so you're at home. You're watching KHOU 11 live, our extended coverage here. And you have FOMO, right? It's like fear of missing out. Like, I want to be a part of the party. Well, no worry. There's a big party going on tomorrow. The Astros will host at Minute Maid Park an all-day party, festival-style environment for fans to come out and celebrate the Astros 2022 World Series Championship. It's going to start at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And look, it's going to run all day until 6 p.m. It'll be at Union Station. That's at Minute Maid Park. They're going to have a lot going on out there for you to enjoy, including photo ops, a DJ, food trucks, caricature artist, balloon artist, face painter, much more. You know, Orbit's probably going to make an appearance. You never know who you might see, what you might experience at this party. Open to the public tomorrow, the World Series Champions Party.
Yeah, and the ballpark, the store for merchandise at Minute Maid Park is open 24 hours. So folks, you can go all night, go get your stuff. You can party first, then go downtown. Texas Avenue looks like it's open, just a bunch of people hanging out there. Let's take a look at Academy on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. This is the line that has gotten longer since we had Show Mercedes out there. Folks were out there who didn't go to the game. That, you know, with technology, you can show up, get there during the game, watch it on your phone. And then people after the win have been pouring into the Academy store to get their gear. And we are so thrilled. We love it. Look at that. It's incredible.
It is. You know who's going to want to stock up on gear? Our fangirl, Sherman Chow, for sure, right? She has just been soaking up every single moment of this and enjoying it all. And she bumped into Houston celebrity jeweler Johnny Dang. Let's hear more from them.
Okay, we are outside Minute Maid Park. You know this face, Johnny Dang. Check out that grill. So, Johnny, you made a promise to the players that they won the World Series. What are you going to do?
I'm sorry, I gotta hear you right now. We are so excited for the World Series. We celebrate out here downtown. We just turn it up.
What are you going to do for the players? I heard a rumor about the grill.
I'm going to do a World Series grill for every player to appreciate their work. That's what me and Paul want to do.
So Johnny Dang, whose grills you have seen all across H-Town, he's going to make a special World Series Astros grill for all the players. Smile, Johnny. Let's see those twinkling teeth.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you.
All right, Johnny. I'll ask you later how much all that's worth. I'm sure you don't want to tell everybody on camera. Just one of the many benefits of being World Series champions, guys.
Bling on the ring, bling on the grill, all of that. Yes.
Yeah, this is a live shot inside Minute Maid Park right now where you can see, obviously, the players. They're probably still on the field after getting the championship trophy. Jim Crane, the owner of the Astros. Family members are there and straggling fans in the stands just taking it all in. This is so incredible for the city of Houston to watch these Houston Astros, who everybody predicted would be good this year. Would they be good enough to get back to the World Series? You know, we've been twice before in the last 4 years, came up short. Last year got beat by a red-hot Atlanta Braves team. A couple years before that by a red-hot Washington Nationals team. But this time was our time, and here we are with a second World Series championship.
Yes, it's such a good feeling there as we continue to take a live video from inside Minute Maid Park, right there on the grounds themselves where the game was played tonight. And what a game. I know a lot of fans were saying it was a little slow go there in the beginning. It was a certain stress level. But hey, right now, the MVP, Jeremy Pena, is speaking. Let's listen in.
You know, we worked hard all year, trying to make adjustments all season long, and yeah, shout out to them.
Other questions for Jeremy? All right, Jeremy, congratulations. Cool. So happy for you.
Let's go. Thank you.
We'll give everybody a heads up as soon as we know that Dusty's on his way.
All right, so we just listened to the end of Jeremy Pena's news conference in front of the media there. We're waiting on Dusty Baker to show up and talk. We heard him a little bit earlier talking to the crew at Fox, talking about how special this was for him, given all the people that he's known over the years in the game. Hank Aaron, his own mother, who had passed away, and he reflected. It was a moment of reflection for him, and it's really special to watch that.
Oh, definitely. A life accomplishment there, right?
Yeah.
A life achievement. And for someone who's been in the game for so many years, we're talking about decades in the game as a player, now as a manager, to achieve this is everything to him, and it's everything to all these fans here in Houston as they continue to revel in the Astros World Series Championship win. I know Brandy has been listening online, watching online for all those reactions tonight, Brandy.
Yeah, Mia, fans are very excited about the win. They're also very excited for Mattress Mac. One person tweeting, let's not forget the real World Series champion is Mattress Mac, who just won with the Astros win, $75 million. Absolutely insane. It is the largest legal payout in sports betting history. Someone tweeted, give him a ring too. I think $75 million will do the trick, but sure, let's throw a ring in. Jack tweeted, you never should have messed with Mattress Mac, as a message to Phillies fans. I love, this person summed it up really nicely. The power of Mattress Mac throwing the first pitch and the king, George Strait, calling play ball. It's magical. I need them to do it every Astros game ever. I really want to reflect on 2017. That's what I'm grabbing reaction for right now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with folks just talking about how much that win meant and how different this one is, how different it feels. Guys, back to you for now.
All right, it's interesting, we talk about Mac and all the fans saying like he also should get a ring. We were outside the stadium earlier today with our pregame coverage, and we had fans wearing Mattress Mac shirts, right?
He walked by, got to shake his hand. I said, Mac, you caused more trouble in 5 seconds of words than we've ever heard you in all the years that we see you on television. So he laughed. He really laughed. But can hold on a second. $75 $75 million?
I know, I was about to say, talk about the real winner tonight.
$75 million?
$75 million.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, unbelievable
Heck of a payout.
stuff. Unbelievable stuff. This has been an unbelievable evening for everyone, including our own Sherman Chow. Always cheering on the Astros. Hey, it starts early on in the season for her and every season. Let's join her back down outside Minute Maid Park.
Oh my gosh, I want you to take a look at the city of Houston, which has flooded Texas Avenue out in front of Minute Maid Park. Look at the crowds. They are going mad. Cell phones everywhere, cheering, throngs. I don't know if you can see it. We've got beer showers in the back right behind me. Oh, yes. We've gotten doused ourselves. Look over here to the right. More crowds. This stretches all the way down to the freeway back there. There was body surfing going back behind me a little while ago. It was utter chaos, but the very good kind of chaos. There are going to be a lot of people who are completely hoarse tomorrow. I'm going to be one of them, guys.
Sherman Chow would not want to be anywhere else. Standing up above a sea of Astros fans, she is a true fan. We love seeing her, and we love seeing the crowd.
Yeah, when she puts the microphone down, she's probably jumping with him. Oh, live right now, Dusty Baker. Let's hear from him.
One that, you know, with the right team and the right personnel and right everything that, you know, this was going to happen. And, you know, had this happened years ago, I might not even be here. You know what I mean? So maybe it wasn't supposed to happen so that I could hopefully influence a few young men's lives and their families and you know, a number of people in the country through showing, you know, what perseverance and character, you know, can do for you in the long run. I'm hoping that I gave some people the same hope that my mom and dad, you know, gave me, that, you know, sometimes you just, it's not in your control sometimes, because there were circumstances that happened in other postseasons or World Series, or calls or balls that, you know, or guys that didn't do this or did do that for and against us. So I'm just extremely happy. Hadn't really sunk in yet until I get back to Cali.
Go to Clinton, the third row on your left.
Is it relief? Is it joy? What's the feeling right now?
No, it's not relief. It's just sheer joy and thankfulness. You know, it's not relief at all. I mean, because everybody was talking about it more than I was even thinking about it. You know, and so, you know, I always said before that if I win one, you know, I'll win two, but you got to win one first. I mean, the one was hell to get to this point. And but it was well worth it. I'm in a great city with great people, great fans, and I got a great, you know, great ball club. And I mean, these guys, they know how to win. They come to play, no alibis, no excuses. You know, you can come in our clubhouse, you can't tell if the next day if we lost or if we won. You know, and so these guys are very consistent in their personality and the confidence that they have in themselves.
Christy in the fourth row on your right.
Hey, Dusty. Last year, before the World Series, we talked about the conversation you had with your dad after the 2002, how he said after what happened, he didn't know if you'd ever win another one, and that kind of drove you. Are you thinking about him tonight? And I
was thinking about him this morning when I woke up. And, you know, Game 6 has been my nemesis throughout my career. And this is Game 6. And I was like, I really didn't want to get to Game 6 again. But I was like, well, maybe this is how it's supposed to be. But, you know, my dad didn't mean anything negative when he said, you know, my dad, you know, back in the old school, there was such thing as negative motivation. You know, in the new school, negative motivation doesn't work. But, like, you know, my dad was the kind of dude that I'd score 4 or 5 touchdowns, score 30 points, and I'd ask my dad, you know, how'd I do tonight in basketball? And my dad would tell me pretty good. And I'm like, damn, Dad, I think I did great, you know? But, you know, pretty good was his way of keeping me motivated that next time I score 5 or 6 touchdowns.
We'll go to Tyler in the second row.
Dusty, congratulations.
Thank you.
You succeeded as a manager right from the start. I mean, the '93 Giants Manager of the Year, I'm pretty sure. But how has that perseverance changed you, or improved you, or made you different over these last 30 years?
Well, I mean, it's made me calmer. It's made me, you know, my '93 team won 103 games. Then in '94 we had the lockout, and then in '95, you know, they sold half the team. You know, Billy Swift and John Burkett and Will Clark and, you know, Mike Jackson and Robbie Thompson and Matt Williams and Kurt Manwaring. I mean, then I didn't understand it, but I didn't understand really the economics of baseball. And I guess they had lost a lot of money, but I always thought that we could have won 5 or 6 years more after that '93 season. And even 5 or 6 years later, I was saying hello to everybody on every team that had been on my team before, Royce Clayton and, you know, Darren Lewis and Willie McGee. And, you know, we had some great players at that time. And, you know, then scuffled back and, you know, I've had some ups and downs and some disappointments, you know, but those disappointments make you stronger or they break you, you know. And so this has kind of been a story of, you know, my life where people tell me what you can't do, or even now, I won a bunch of games. My team won a bunch of games, and all I hear about is what you don't do. You don't like this, or you don't like young players. You can't handle pitchers. You can't. And I'm like, well, damn, what did I do? You know what I mean? After a while, I quit listening to folks telling me, you know, what I can't do. And all that does is motivate me more to do it, because I know there's a bunch of people in this country that are told the same thing. You know what I mean? And it's broken a lot of people, but, you know, my faith in God and my mom and dad always talking to me made me persevere even more. My mom, she told me a number of times, you know, like, you know, to be African American, you got to be twice as good to achieve the same thing. I heard that over and over and over. And my dad would always tell me, you know, when I'd get in fights and stuff, and he'd tell me, what would Jackie do? And I was like, you know, I'm not and Jackie wasn't a turn the cheek brother either. I'm damn sure not a turn the cheek of the dudes, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, you learn to coexist with different people and then in the workplace.
Okay, Anthony in the third row.
Congratulations, Dusty.
Thank you.
How cathartic is this win, not just for you, but this organization, you know, given the controversy and the losses here in this building in 2019 and last year?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's what drove this team. You know, that's what motivated them and I mean, the boos and the jeers that we got all over the country, you know, it bothered these guys, but it also motivated them at the same time, you know. And it wasn't a us against the world thing. It was more of a come together even closer type thing, you know what I mean? So, and you know what happened before, it'll never pass over, I mean, completely. But, you know, we have turned the page, and hopefully we'll continue this run, you know, I mean, because that's the thing. When I talk to James Click, and especially when I talk to Jim, you know, he expects to win. You know, he doesn't want to go from first to worst in a 2 or 3 year period. You know, I mean, he wants this feeling, and I like this feeling a lot. And I always, and you know, when I was a kid, I hated the Celtics because they won too much. They beat the Lakers all the time. And I didn't like the Yankees because they won too much. They beat the Dodgers all the time. But then when I got to be a player and a manager, I was yearning to be just like the Celtics and the Yankees. You know, they were beating the teams, you know, never gets old. You know, and when I look at Phil Jackson and I listen to him talk about how every year is a different challenge. So, you know, I've always welcomed that challenge.
Steve up front.
Congratulations, Dusty.
Thank you.
But before all this, you had achieved so much. You were viewed as a great manager before this. This didn't
By
have to
some
happen.
people.
I think by most people.
Some people.
Okay. I'll say most. We'll disagree on that.
Okay.
But this obviously is something that you want. You want to end up on top, and you have finally done it. What's going through your heart and mind right now? If you can take a slight step back. I know it's not been that long, but
I'm just grateful, really, for the trials and tribulations that you go through in order to get to this, and just grateful for my, mom and dad for being, tough on me, and also grateful for some of the enemies that helped motivate me to get to this point. You know what I mean? And with no malice or anything, because that doesn't do any good. So you just gotta do your thing. You asked me earlier, what's kind of on my mind, and I've come to the point where I really don't care if you agree with me or not on what I do and how I do it. It's just the fact that over the years we've done it pretty good. So there ain't no sense in me trying to satisfy you. I'm just trying to satisfy those guys in the room in there and trying to satisfy my boss and get a raise sooner or later. Mm-hmm. Well, I was counting the outs. I was counting the outs in the 8th and then the 9th. And then I heard my dad talking to me and my mom and my brother who passed. And, Don Baylor, I was thinking of Donnie today. He's on my wall. And Hank Aaron and Joe Black and, all the guys at Roy Campanella, Jim Gilliam, all the guys at Al Kaline, guys that motivated me and guys that were in my corner. And I was thinking, please press no drama in the 9th. And I was saying, JR, man, give me your slider. That's what I was thinking.
Tyler in the second row.
Dusty, you mentioned a minute ago about that lesson you learned as a kid, having to work twice as hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you about how you think where baseball is right now in terms of African American. I mean, you've set a great example as a manager, but there's still not many others.
Right.
There's fewer players now as well. How much progress do you think still needs to be made on that front?
Well, a lot of progress needs to be made. I mean, it didn't take overnight to get in this situation, and it's not going to take overnight to get out of this situation. I mean, you see how many top draft choices were African American. I mean, they're not going to rush all the kids up here at the same time if they're not ready. But you have to have them in the pipeline in order to have some. And you got to also have some African American coaches and managers in the pipeline to have more. I mean, right now, I told somebody 10 years ago that the way baseball was going, and I love my Latin brothers, but they weren't going to need any African American coaches really. You're going to need either white coaches or Latin American coaches, because I try to have a diversified staff where guys can relate to anybody on the staff and go talk to them. I always had African American dude. I always had a couple Latin dudes. I always had a sophisticated college dude. I always had some country white dudes that they can go talk to. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs somebody that they can talk to and relate to. And so, we're not doing a real good job, but hopefully we'll keep talking about it. I've been saying the same thing for like 30, 40 years. I mean, how long can I say the same thing? You know what I mean? Before the change is going to come. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm around long enough, just like Jackie Robinson was, hopefully that I'd be in this position as a manager, like his speech in Cincinnati. And so I hope I'm around long enough to see my son and some other dudes in the big leagues here in the near future.
Actually, a few more, Jason, in the fourth row.
Dusty, congratulations.
Thank you.
In so many ways, it's incredible that your story converged with this team's story. On a night like this, does it feel at all like it was meant to be that you were the manager of this team, both for you and for them?
Well, I felt, I mean, you know, when the scandal was exposed and then I was hired here, you know, I felt it was meant to be, and I felt that the Lord worked through Jim Crane, because I don't think I was probably first on his list to be hired here, but some of the guys that I had played with and, you know, on his former players on his advisory staff indeed told him that I was probably the best guy for the job. And I definitely, you know, thought it was meant to be. I mean, big time. And so I welcomed it. You know, it's tough being away from home. I ain't been home in 8 months. You know what I mean? So I jumped headlong into this job with the goal of trying to win.
Two more, Kim and then Clinton.
Dusty, congratulations.
Thank you.
I wanted to follow up. You mentioned, I know you talk a lot about your mom and dad, but you also talk about Hank Aaron and some of the others. Can you talk about what you think Hank would say and just what it means?
All right, we've been listening to Dusty Baker reflect on his career in this moment with the Astros. So congratulations to Dusty for his first World Series as a manager.
Jason Bristol out there talking with the players, the World Series champions. He's with Chaz McCormick.
Here he is. Here he is, Chaz McCormick, World Series champion from Division II to the grandest stage in all of baseball, and you're now a world champion.
Yeah, I'm speechless. It's awesome, especially to do it against my hometown team. That's a good ball club over there. They fought, they clawed. We deserve it, though. We had a bitter taste from last year, and we worked so hard to get here. It's a long journey, but I'm so happy we got to do it, bring it back to Houston.
What are you thinking about right now?
No, I don't know. Nothing. I'm just thinking about all the hard work we did and to get here, and the battle, the blood, the sweat, and you know, just being able to come through, win it in Houston, and just bringing it back to Houston.
And the people who helped you along the way?
Yeah, all of them. My family, old coaches, college coach, Coach Sheen, got to give him a shout out. Dusty Baker, this organization for drafting me. I'm just so happy we won. So happy we won.
The final out. Who did you run to first? Was it all the outfielders?
I didn't know what to do because Tuck was trotting down the fly ball. Alvarez was just standing there looking up at the ceiling. I'm looking at both of them. And I'm like, and I just ran into the mound. I got the circle, and yeah, it was awesome.
We've argued that this might not be the most talented team in terms of what the Astros have put out there, but it is the most complete team. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's the most complete team, team-oriented. You know, we just have a mix of everything. You know, we have young veterans. We all put it together, and we had a plan. We were hurt after last year, and you know, Pena was amazing. He helped us all this postseason, and being a rookie and doing what he did, man, I couldn't be happier for him.
And one last message to the people back in Pennsylvania watching.
Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, but I love Houston. We did it for Houston, and go Astros. Go Astros.
I meant the people rooting for you.
Rooting for me? Yeah. We did it. We did it.
Chaz McCormick, World Series champion. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, how do you put all of this into words?
I don't know, man. I don't think I've woken up from my dream from August 20th. I got called up, and it's been a ride ever since. And to see this unfold and to be a part of it, man, I can't even put it into words for you.
When Jordan hit that ball to the moon, what did you think, and what was the reaction in there?
I heard it off the bat. I was actually inside, but I heard the crowd start going crazy. We saw it on TV inside, and me and Jason Kanzer we threw a little two-man party in there and started going crazy. Jordan put us on his back again, and I don't know, man. That's awesome.
What does it mean to you that this franchise put the trust in you to help them get to this point and be on that stage to host that trophy?
I put in a lot of work, and just have them recognize that and actually be able to put me out here and have me contribute. To be a part of it, man, it's the best feeling in the world. I've been working my whole life for this, and to be able to actually do this and actually win a world championship in my first year. It's unbelievable.
How about that? Talking to a couple of the players there. Jason Bristol was talking to Chaz McCormick.
Yeah, I mean, these pinch me moments for these players, right? They're asking themselves, is this real life? Yes, it is. You are a World Series champion, and those folks with Zach Tawatari are World Series championship fans, Zach Tawatari.
That's right, guys. We're back on Texas Avenue, and I'm going to ask these fans a question because we got this sign. Hey, they said they wanted Houston. We got Houston! Absolute pandemonium out here, but you heard them. They got Houston, and that's what all these fans have been saying all night. Houston! 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 All right. Houston! Houston! You guys are, these fans have been going crazy all night there. Nobody is getting tired. Everybody has the same amount of energy as they had when the final out was registered tonight and the Astros became World Series champions. And you heard them. They got Houston. That's their message. We'll send it back to you.
Texas Avenue, where the party is going strong. And our Sherman Chow, also outside the ballpark tonight, our super fan reporter. Hello, Sherman.
Yeah, I tell you what, we are actually on the Avenue, about 2 blocks away from Minute Maid. I want to show you. Take a look at this. We got several of these slingshots lined up here. There's also dancing in the streets. I gotta show you what else we got here. Tell me what we got behind you.
So right here we got BLB Slingshot Reynolds, man.
Okay,
coming out here.
Let's back up here. Let's back up. Show me what you got here. Oh, we got some music going on. Alrighty, let's back up. Back up this way.
They still rocking, forces still moving. Truck trailers killing it.
They are dancing in the streets here.
The music has taken over. The people have taken over. The party goes on. We're taking a view from above as well, Air 11 capturing these images for us over downtown Houston, a celebratory and festive place tonight. Festive because we are celebrating the success of the Houston Astros clutching another World Series championship. Jason Bristol, Jeremy Booth on deck now. So much to talk about tonight.
Yes, you are definitely right about that. On the field behind us, Jeremy, some of the players have started to come back onto the field to celebrate with their friends and family members. You listened to Dusty Baker a few minutes ago. We know how much this meant to Dusty to finally get that World Series. What did he articulate during his news conference?
You know, he kept it simple. He's professional. He talked about the moves he's made. He's talked about the teams he's had that have won in the past. He's talked about how, you know, got people like us are talking about it more than he is. I mean, he's part of baseball. He's been here a long time. He appreciates everybody pulling for him. But he's a direct guy. He's a humble guy. He didn't spend too much time on it being his first. He was just glad to get a win.
We picked the Astros in 6 games.
We did.
That was not a surprise. This is not a surprise to us.
It is not.
What is the biggest surprise for you, though, during this postseason? Is it the play of Jeremy Pena?
Anytime you get a rookie that steps on this stage and it competes with that type of slow heartbeat in tough situations and has that type of ice in his veins, and I believe he was ALCS MVP too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And now is the World Series MVP. You got it. I mean, tip the hat isn't strong enough. You got to be like, man, that's really impressive to see somebody step in this type of club, in this type of environment, into a city and an organization that expects to win. This isn't like, they're just getting the playoffs. They're expecting to win now and come out and win an ALCS and a World Series MVP with that type of offensive production. And the first shortstop ever to win a Gold Glove. You're talking about
rookie shortstop.
Yeah, first rookie shortstop. You're talking about somebody who's done some historic things. That word gets thrown around a lot. It's a historic year for Jeremy Pena.
Jose Altuve gets another ring. Certainly, this is his moment now. Not that he would ever say this because of the guy Jose is, but to silence the critics, silence the haters. Jose Altuve had a base knock in this game coming in the 7th inning. Jose Altuve started this postseason in a rut. And the way he was able to bounce back during the World Series certainly speaks to the kind of professional that Jose Altuve is. How do you sum up the ups and downs that Jose Altuve had during this postseason?
Well, you just did it better than I can. You called him a professional. I mean, that's what pros do. That's what major league hitters do that have been here a long time. MVP caliber hitters, world champions. They don't get too high and too low. One day is no different than the next. 0 for 4, 4 for 4. It's about the end goal. His numbers are going to be there at the end. He's going to perform when it matters. I mean, a lot of guys. Jordan Alvarez had a very tough postseason, and then what happens tonight? He gets a very firm, let's say, pitch. And I had one exec who's been in this ballpark a lot. When that ball left the yard, texted me and said, I've seen X number of games, I'm not going to tell you how many. And he said, I've never seen a ball hit up there. Woo! Now, it's not, it's pretty.
It was 450 feet.
Yeah, but where it went for 450 was impressive. You're talking about, not to the second deck, but definitely in the first kind of party deck, I guess, if you will. And it was absolute bomb. Now, it's not the only one that's ever been there, but when you just have people who have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games in this park say, I ain't seen too many of them. Matter of fact, that tells you how impressive it is when guys show up in the right moments.
Jordan Alvarez, that home run was the second longest World Series home run in the StatCast era, which I believe began in 2015. Jordan Alvarez certainly changing everything with one swing. Earlier, when we were on after the game, you mentioned the decision by Rob Thompson to take Zach Wheeler out. And you mentioned it to me as it was happening and said this was a huge mistake.
It was a gift.
Why was it a gift?
You just don't do it.
But the analytics, the numbers, Jeremy, will tell you third time around.
That's
the
great.
Third time you face somebody.
That's great. We got L's, Jason. We got L's. It was like turn around. I mean, you did it here in a different situation with Will Harris.
Zach Greinke, Will Harris.
You don't have to do that every single time. Dave Roberts is getting crushed in LA for this type of stuff. Every organization that does this in the postseason, it bites them. Find me one that's worked. It hasn't worked. Rob Thompson, Zach Wheeler, they gave him the extra day, said he's dealing with fatigue. He's 95 to 99. And the guys aren't getting close to his fastball. He's blowing up bats. I even put like a tweet out with a gif of like a beaver with a saw. Like he's just cutting through guys. And you get to that situation, and he comes in, he blows up Altuve's bat. Altuve's still a 70 runner. We talked about that before earlier in the series. Just down the line, beats it. And then you got Pena, who, it's a knock, but it was a seeing eye single. I mean, it was up the middle, took a hop over the shortstop's glove. It's probably a hit anyway, but it wasn't like the guy hit one off the wall. Rob Thompson couldn't get out of that dugout fast enough to go get him. It was unbelievable. And then I don't think the reliever was ready to go because he came in, so it took him a while to come out of the bullpen. So a situation where you don't do that. You cost games that way and it costs him a championship.
All right, some of the guys behind us, Jose Urquidy was there, is over here. We saw Kyle Tucker a few moments ago. So the party is still happening here at Minute Maid as the Astros win their second World Championship. Let's send it back to you guys.
Yes, let them linger there on the field, savor, reflect on the moment that is theirs, that World Series Championship win. Thank you, fellas.
Yeah, and also we're hearing that the championship parade will be on Monday, downtown Houston. More details to come. Cheryl Mercedes is at Academy talking to a few friends, hanging out, getting some stuff, some gear. Cheryl.
Hey, Len, Mia, the good news is the line is moving. While it might be long and still wrapped around the building, I'm told it is moving at a good pace. We've got folks having a parade of their own through the parking lot. And I want to talk to this girl right here because she's dealing with some numbers. Vanessa Alvarez, tell me, you set a timer. What's up with this?
I started a timer just to see how long we were going to be in line, and we've been in line for an hour and still counting.
All right.
In the middle of the back of the building.
Okay, so
right after the game ended, hopped in the car, me and my mom did, and drove right over to grab our gear.
Was that the plan all along, or you decided, hey, They won. I need some gear.
We decided in the 7th inning whenever, we were up and we were feeling really good, but I couldn't jinx it. I couldn't change out of my pajamas just yet to get ready to come to Academy. So right after we won, the game was over, we ran over here.
Okay, so what are you hoping to get your hands on?
All of it. Everything.
One of everything.
Everything. It's not every day that you're living in the city that takes home the series. So.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's see your timer. All right. I'm thinking the way the pace is working out, the kind folks here at Academy telling me that she should be in the building in the next 20 minutes or so. So where I'm standing, she's got about a 20-minute wait, depending on how much merchandise folks are lining up with. But I'm told there's still a lot to go around and plenty of boxes at the back of the store. So it could be a really late night, or let's just call it early morning. Len, Bia?
Yeah, you and a few friends. Fantastic. Pick some stuff up while you're there if you can, Cheryl.
Right. And remember, folks, we're falling back an hour here shortly.
Oh, yeah.
Too, right? So we'll need that hour come tomorrow, that's for sure, as we continue to celebrate late into the night. And then the party just keeps going on. Tomorrow, we have the World Series Champions party taking place down at Minute Maid Park. Your host, the Astros organization, starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, running all the way until 6. So if you're watching and thinking like, man, I want to be out there, I want to be celebrating with everyone, tomorrow is your opportunity.
Yes, it is. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. downtown outside the ballpark. And right now we go to
Brandy Smith.
Brandy, I almost called you Brittany. I don't know why. And she's been following. Look, there you go. You've been following all the social media.
Yeah, and check this out. We now know what the front page of the Houston Chronicle will look like tomorrow morning. This is 1, 2, 3 special editions. You can start getting those at 8 a.m. tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of demand. We still have in our bedroom, we haven't framed it, we need to, the 2017 World Series win front page. So if you get that, take better care of it than we have. Also want to show you downtown Houston, just showing that Astros pride tonight, and the iconic Bobby Dynamite, mildly excited about this win. And it's so important because I mentioned it earlier. The Astros won. I wanted to say we. I was not on the team at the time or this year, but the Astros won the World Series in 2017, just months after Harvey. And there were a lot of emotions invested in this team because it was this thing we could all bond together with. We could all cheer together, and it was a source of joy for so many of us who had been through some really, really tough times. So I wanted to kind of reflect on that. We're seeing a lot of comments comparing 2017 and 2022. I teared up in 2017, nothing but smiles in 2022. Best baseball I've seen in my life. This is from a staffer here at KHOU, but I just thought it was really powerful. In 2017, when Harvey flooded our house and we were living on the second floor for a year, we huddled together in a bedroom and watched the Astros win it all. Tonight, we were together again, but on the first floor, this time, watching the Astros do it again. I feel like that probably resonates with a lot of the Astros fans who were with us in 2017. Astros World Champions. I'll always remember the first one in 2017 when my dad passed. He never saw them win one. Thanks, Dad,
Brandy,
for
we want to
introducing-
break away from you for just 1 second. Sorry, we have Kate Upton live with our Jason Bristol.
They are honestly the best. They're so positive. I'm just so happy to be here.
We appreciate Justin's honesty when it comes to the craft of pitching.
Yes.
It must have bothered him to not have a World Series win, and now that he has one, has he? What's that been like for the two of you to experience that together?
I honestly don't know his opinion on that, but for me,
Okay, for you.
yeah, I'm like, but for me, I'm so happy that he has it. But honestly, he's such a legend. Who fucking cares?
So who was the first person you hugged?
Oh, the first. I was.
Because you're all with the rest of the friends and
I'm-
family.
I'm so grateful. I'm here with my whole family, Justin's whole family, and a lot of my friends. So I don't even know. I feel like it was almost a group hug at the moment.
Was this what you thought it would be, number 2?
Honestly, it feels way more surreal, number
Why?
2. I don't know. I think it's being at home. I think it's being surrounded by so much love, and having that break for Justin, it almost felt like a split for us in baseball, and then coming back and having this be our first experience back, it really feels surreal. It's an amazing experience.
Kate, thanks for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Upton.
Hi, everybody.
about how special
Back
this
here
is.
live. That was.
Go ahead, Jason.
Hi, everybody. Just got done speaking with Kate Upton, who mentioned obviously what a huge experience this is for the Verlander family and her family here with Jeremy Booth. Sorry, guys, I wasn't expecting to get that live like that. We were walking around and then boom, they're like, "You're live, you're live." I didn't have my earpiece in. We were talking to Kate Upton. All right, so we hear about someone's legacy.
Yeah.
And Justin Verlander is a Hall of Fame pitcher. Kate just told me that for her, it really didn't matter getting a World Series win because he's a Hall of Famer. What do you think about that?
Two different lenses. One's a championship, leaves a mark on a city. He's got two of them here. That's a mark on a city. That's a legend in this area that, the game won't forget winners. There's lots of guys in the Hall of Fame, and that's
there's your MVP.
Yeah, that's great. When it comes to personal achievements, nothing better. It means you're 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1% ever to play. But championships, from a city's impact standpoint, there's the personal lens and there's the team lens.
Rafael Montero is over here. Rafael Montero was so huge in the postseason. Christian Javier. We talked about this, that we had some concern that essentially was Dusty running these guys out too much, that we might see them too much, that the Phillies would get a read on them. It turns out it really didn't matter.
Well, tonight it mattered, just didn't matter tonight. I mean, tonight you got to Game 6, and we talked about before the game how many you want from Valdez. You wanted 6. We got 6. And you talked about after that, guys just come out throwing fire, and they did. You have Neris, and you had Abreu, and you had Presley come close it out, which is where Dusty was the most comfortable. It lined up the way it did tonight, and when you play baseball, Rob Thompson and that move with Zach Wheeler allowed that to happen, where it sets up where it never really gets back in the range where it's touchable. Getting to this point was a little sketchy, but it got here. It was a little ups and downs. Montero has a good night in Game 4. They opt to pull him. Presley comes in for kind of a rough 9th inning. Then they bring him back the next night. Montero doesn't have it. And Presley has to go 5 outs, which hadn't happened in 96 years to get that done. In baseball, 96 years might as well be 3,000. That just means you don't do it. And it worked out. It seemed that even when it wasn't the best decision on the fly, it worked for this club, which tells you how good they were. And you got to give credit to Dusty Baker for knowing his personnel and making the decisions he did.
All right, so now I can hear the station in my ear. That's going to do it for us right now. Let's send it back to you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. They have been really bringing us great breakdowns of these games. It has been so amazing, tight ball games. Really outstanding work, gentlemen. Thank you.
And may we note here, they have been right on the money with every prediction that they have had. They said the Astros in 6, and tonight they officially said that the Astros can be called a dynasty now because of their World Series appearances, and now because of their 2 World Series championships.
2 rings, baby. All right, Sherman Chow has been through it all with this team, and she's with the fans again. Sherman.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, we're there long yet. I want you to take a look at some of the scores. These people have come in their trucks. They've decorated them out. People having a great time. You know what? I don't even know if I can. Well, we're kind of trapped right now. I was going to try to take you around the corner and show you this whole parade of slingshots, which is really cool. But people are going nuts here. And you know what? In addition safe in the studio. That's good.
All right, I got to make a run for a battery.
You bet.
We hear you, Sherman. I know the crowd, you know, sometimes you get overjoyed, you get a little too excited out there, but we certainly understand. Sherman knows how to hang with the best of them. Let me tell you, this is not her first rodeo and not her first World Series championship win.
No, it is not. And she was here when they lost in 05, I think it was. So she's been around a long time. Let's show you the championship party that was going to be held tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Union Station. That's right there at Minute Maid Park. Mia was talking about it earlier. DJ, food trucks, whole lot of fun. So if you just want to go celebrate, the store, the team store will be open. It's going to be open all night long.
24
so you can
hours.
go down, you can party, you can get your gear at the same time, hang out with some of your family members and friends and other fans, just soak it in and enjoy this second World Championship.
A lot of people want a way to experience this. This is history, right? This is sports history. This is also Houston history as well, too. So if you want to live in the moment, if you want to enjoy, this is your way to do it.
All right, let's take another live look. Look at all the fans just hanging out and absorbing what has happened tonight with this incredible run by the Houston Astros. You know, Dusty Baker was talking about all the boos on the road. I was at Yankee Stadium in June when we beat the Yankees in that series, but the booing was incredible. They cursed at Altuve. They booed. And when he got hit, they said, hit him again. And so they have dealt with this kind of adversity and the kind of hate that people have had towards them. They worked through it. They kept on winning. They get to the championship. They take the championship.
If any team knows how to do it, it's them. They started this season strong. They finished the season strong. And this is a live picture of Academy, where they are also open tonight for you to grab that World Series championship gear. Folks, that's it for now. We're signing off. Have a good night and congrats, Astros.
You gonna save my ass like you always do, Jason?
Yeah. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon. And we're gonna be laughing about this over beers.